So this is Destiny Part 2. My destiny, it's in God's hands. Part 2. So you have to realize where I came from. I was born in the greatest country in the world, in the greatest city in the world, New York City. That's the capital of the world. Forget about just the United States, which is the capital country of the world. But New York City, in and of itself, that's just that small state compared to California, compared to Texas, compared to Florida, is the greatest city in the world. That's the capital of the world. Manhattan, if you want a location that's even putting New York smaller, I mean, Manhattan is the capital of the world. New York City is the capital of the world. New York State is the capital of the world, of this whole planet. I mean, one of the space shuttles, okay, I don't know which one, obviously, Challenger and Columbia, blew up, but there were 3 more shuttles. There were only 5 made. One of the space shuttles is in where? New York City. Okay, the other one, I don't know if it's in Virginia or whatever. One is maybe in Texas. I don't know. I have no idea. In Florida, I don't know. But one of the space shuttles is in New York. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, New York is the greatest city in the world, and the United States is the greatest country in the world. It's not a third world country like this country is. Hello. Yeah.
Load, my friend.
Huh?
Load.
A load?
Yeah.
Risa, where's Risa at? Let me see if she has the phone with her. Let me see if I can call her. Is Risa there? Okay.
Hey. Teresa.
Honey!
Teresa.
Honey! She see you? Load!
Hey. Teresa. Load today.
Somebody wants to load for their phone. We do loads. We put, it's like a calling card, but it's an actual load from an app, and then it appears on your phone. So she's coming.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So like I said, this is Destiny Part 2, and so while she does the load, I can't pause, so I'm gonna just wait for a little while over here. Part 2. Thank you. No, so, but anyway, this is just part 2 of this video that I'm doing. And it's a talking calculator while I waste some time over here while she does the load, the load. Talking calculator, my God, look at this. 5. Wait, oh no, I have the batteries. I have the batteries in reverse because Risa likes to waste it. She likes to leave it on. You know what I'm saying?
Local now?
Oh my God, it keeps on talking. It's like me. Can't give up, my God. So anyway, let me see over here.
All clear.
Okay, all clear. And then I got this from the commission. And I gave it basically to Teresa so she could mind the store. She could add things and stuff like that, So I'll continue, when she finishes the load, because I don't want to stop the video, It's kind of nice that somebody from the other store comes to us for a change, because I always go over there and buy things, So that's just the deal. So this is from the commission for the blind, and they gave me this talking calculator and among other things in my life. So that's just the deal.
5 plus 5 equals 590.
5 plus 9 equals what?
5 plus 5 equals 10.
Oh, I was gonna say. Thank you, man. So I'm just recording something, huh, my love? So I'm talking about my destiny. That is the plan of God that I'm here. Destiny. That's the plan of God that I'm here. It's destiny. It's a plan of God.
What kind of destiny?
This is destiny, hon. That's my wife, Risa. Right. Come here, my love. Say hello to the people.
What's that? Hello to the people. Oh,
it's
running. It's
yes, running.
Plane.
No, don't touch, hon. This is my baby, Shani. It's running. It's recording.
I don't know.
I think it's recording, hon. Not like that, hon. You're gonna stop. Don't stop the
Yeah,
recording.
it's recorded.
Yeah, it's recording, hon. so, so I was talking about destiny. You know, as you see, my police whistle over here. I mean, I brought this to the, and one magnifying glass I came with, you know, to the Philippines over here. One magnifying glass. So when I lose this, I have to bother Fernando to get another magnifying glass and stuff like that. You know. So that's just a deal. So I was saying that like I was saying, I wasn't necessarily lonely though, because my mother died, like I said before, to rewind the tape a little bit. She died in 2012 of May 2012. Why didn't I go then? Why didn't I go in 2013? I was talking to people here. I wasn't just gonna marry anyone like people think. You understand what I'm saying? I was talking to Day, I was talking to Rachel, I was talking to Lottie. And then after that, I talked to other people like that. But I wasn't in love with those people. That's the issue. That's the problem. I was still talking to somebody when I was talking to my mother. Day. I think I met her online in 2011. But I didn't marry. I didn't leave my mother to come here. I never left my mother to come here. Never. And probably if she would have been alive, I wouldn't have came here. There's no way I was gonna leave that woman alone. There is no way on earth. Okay, I left my home because I was going to get married in 2001. It didn't work out. I went back home. It didn't work out. And eventually, you know, I moved on my own. And me and my mother became like best friends. Sometimes the best thing you could do is to move out. And then you miss each other. You appreciate each other. And all that appreciation comes after. And stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I was, you know, my sister says, "Oh, you left because you were lonely." No, my mother died in 2012. I didn't leave. 2013, 2014, 15, 16, 17. It was only the end of 2018, right, honey, that I left to come over here in October 26. Almost not almost the last part of October. I came over here. It was this mosquito flies on my nose. And so, you know, a lot of people could say, "Oh, but Angelo, you left because you were lonely." No, because I didn't leave when my mother died in 2012. All the way to 2018, I still was there in the United States for 6 years. So I just met the right one. Is everything perfect? No. She's not perfect. I'm not perfect. But we're still here together. You know, it's just like the song. You know, looks like we made it, like in the morning. No matter who she would have married, or no matter who I would have married, it still would have had problems and issues and happy times and good times. It doesn't matter. You know, that's gonna come. That comes with the bargain. That comes with the deal. You know. So I mean, you know, she could have married whoever she could have married. I could have married whoever I would have married, and you still have problems. You still have issues, and nothing is perfect in life. My mother always said the only one perfect is God. After that, nobody else is perfect, and nobody does perfect things. You know. So, you know, this is destiny was in God's hands. You know, who knows? Maybe if I would have stayed in the United States, I would have had the COVID virus. My brother contacted me yesterday. He said that the crime has gone up in New York. Things are very bad in New York, crime-wise. So, this mosquito. So, you know, I have to say that my wife did a great job with the store and stuff like that, and buying all these things, like I said the other day. And when she does good things, she does good things. I have to admit, you know, that's a good thing. The money's coming in, and we're still getting supplies, and she's getting what she wants, which is a store, and I'm getting what I want at the same time, having enough for the rest of the month. That's what I always wanted anyway. But, you know, she did the two things at the same time, you know, which is good. And our baby always has food, thank God. Always has wipes now, and always has off lotion and blah blah blah. And I steal off lotion from my baby sometimes. And that's it. I mean, you know, but the destiny was in God's hand. This thing was prophesied. You have to understand this. That marrying Risa was prophesied when I was a little boy, when I was 7 years old. That was prophesied by probably one of the greatest prophets that ever lived in Puerto Rico, Gallo. I mean, he hit it to the T. I mean, he said that my brother was going to marry an African-American woman, and he did. And he prophesied that when he was like 8 years old, when my brother was 8 years old or 9 or whatever it was. It was some ridiculous age, you know? And he prophesied everything to my mother that the Lord allowed him to prophesy. The man also prophesied his own death. He said to his wife, "Don't come with me in the car because I'm going to die in the car." And he did. And he said to my mother. You know, he was brought to my mother by Tata. You know, one of our mother's greatest friends. You know, Tata and Ida are right there. You know, I think Ida a little bit more. You know, but Tata, you know, but she was one of the best friends anyway, Tata, and brought Gallo to my mother. And Gallo had a tremendous gift of prophecy and said to my mother, "You have a greater gift than I do." You know, and when you see the life of my mother, her prophesying escaping a plane crash, because she got this prophecy from the Lord saying, you know, leave the plane because the plane's going down and many people are going to die. Well, a lot of people didn't listen. Some people died and some people survived. You know, I didn't know that some people survived. Some people survived. You know, my mother survived because she got out. Okay, you understand? Well, I'm not even here. Not in the same way anyway. You know, I'll be half of me or whatever. I don't know, you know. So that's just the deal. So, I mean, you know, sometimes you have to listen. When God says it's time to get married, it's time to get married. I got married late in life, and I have a right to be happy. I have a right to come here as a United States citizen. I have a right to receive what I receive from the United States government in the Philippines. It's a very small check, but it's something. You know, when the pandemic was reaching the islands of the Philippines, a lot of people lost their job, and mine, along with maybe some other people here, was the only source of income. You know, so we have to thank God for that. You know, that even though it's little, it's still something that it could be dependent on every month is going to come, God willing. You know, I told Reza one time it didn't come. It was a mistake. Social Security didn't send it. I went to the office and presented my bank information. And they said, okay, we didn't send you the check. Okay, you're going to get it in a week or whatever it was. I don't know, you know. But it's dependable. So, you know, I'm happy here. I'm happy here. I'm happy with my wife. I love my wife. I love my kids. And, you know, we haven't seen eye to eye, but I love her kids. You know, because my mother taught me that if you love the woman, you're going to have to accept her kids. So that's what I was taught in an early age, is to not only love the mother of the kids, but to love the kids. And I'm a disciplinarian. It's hard to say. Disciplinarian. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? I like to give discipline to the kids because that's my job. One day I'm gonna die. I'm gonna see God face to face, and like we say in Greek, prosopan, prosopan. Panim, panim, you know, panim means face in Hebrew, and I'm gonna have to, you know, answer to him what I did with the kids. And he's gonna say, well, why did they grow up like that? Where were you? What did you do? Well, I was busy drinking, or I was busy doing something. I was busy fooling around, or I was busy. Or did you do the job? Yeah, I did the best job I could, and that's all I could do. You know, my mother used to say that the conscience is the greatest thing in a human being. Your conscience, your brain. If it's dirty, it's bad. If it's clean, it's good. Between you and God, that's all you could do. So, destiny is in God's hands. He controls the lives of every single individual on the face of the globe. When I was talking to my wife about the astronauts that died, that was a planned thing by God. We don't know why, but that was a planned thing. He knew that ship was going to blow up. I mean, that they had problems. As a matter of fact, the year before, the Challenger had the same, another ship had the same problem Challenger did. And it didn't blow up. Why? Well, because God made it to be sure that it wouldn't blow up. Why did he rescue the people of Challenger or Columbia? Because it was God's plan. It was God's plan. He holds everything in his divine hand. And there's nothing that can stop his plan. There's nothing that can thwart the plan of God. You know, when something is destined to happen, it's going to happen. You know. So anyway, that's Destiny part number 2. And maybe I can make another video. This video is too long. And I'm happy here. You know, I don't know if I'm going to stay here with my wife and kids. I don't know if we're going to move. I don't know what's going to... That's another destiny thing. We can't control that, you know. I can't control that. I'm a servant of the Lord, and I can't do what I want to do, you know. When God moves me to some other place, he'll be tugging my shirt. He'll be tugging my soul and say, it's time for you to move with the kids and with your wife to go somewhere else, you know. like Moses and his wife and the kids and his kids, or whatever the case may be. You know, like all the other people in the Bible that were led by the Holy Spirit of God. And what the Bible says in Romans chapter 8 verse 14, those who are led by the Spirit of God, they're the sons of God. Thanks.